G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. There are literally thousands of cookie recipes out there. I've made a lot and I guarantee this one's just as tasty. This one's specifically for my vegan friends. So join me today as I show you how to make chocolate chip vegan cookies. Okay, so we're going to start this off with a mixing bowl. Now you can use a hand mixer or a stand mixer, it's up to you. So we're going to start by mixing our first two ingredients. Now the first one being 1 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. And the reason why I always say firmly packed is because it's got some moisture in it, so if you just roughly pack it in, you're not going to get the full amount. Unlike regular sugar where it's dry, you'll easily get the right amount. But if you just roughly fill brown sugar, you're not going to get the exact amount, so just make sure it's firmly packed. And for our second ingredient, we're going to use some vegan butter. Now instead of buying the expensive stuff in the shops, I'm going to use some homemade one that I've done before. Now I highly recommend it. This is very tasty, and I'll leave a link at the end of the video that you can click on how to make your own vegan butter. For example, here's a second lot that I've been keeping in the freezer, which is easily defrosted. So I've let it melt at room temperature for, I think it was about half an hour or so. As you can see, it's liquidy but soft at the same time. So make sure it's melted or semi-melted. And for that I'm using half a cup's worth. So we're going to cream our butter and sugar for about 3 to 4 minutes until it's nice and creamy and the sugar is completely dissolved. Now as a hint, yes, you can use white sugar, but when it comes to cookies, trust me, there is a massive difference in taste by using the brown sugar. It just tastes so much better. And while we're creaming our butter and sugar, please don't forget to check out my Facebook and Instagram links. So it's facebook.com/Todd's Kitchen and Instagram ToddN007. And of course check out toddskitchen.com. And there we have it. And look at that, it's lightened up and it's nice and creamy. Okay, so next I'm going to add in some unsweetened soy milk. So we just need a 1/4 cup or 60 ml worth. And a tablespoon, or in my case, I'm going to use less than a tablespoon, probably about 1/4 vanilla paste. I'm using less because this is much more concentrated. But if you just use extract, then a tablespoon is fine. Then just mix that in to combine. Okay, so once combined, now we're going to work on our dry ingredients. So I'm just going to place a sieve on top. And into that I'm going to add 2 cups of regular plain flour, then a teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm only using baking powder instead of self-raising flours because simply we don't want to use as much. And we are making cookies, not cakes. Next I'm going to add a teaspoon of bicarb soda, also called baking soda. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of that in as well. Next 2 teaspoons of cornstarch or corn flour. And just to enhance the flavour, about half a teaspoon of salt. And simply give that a good sieve until it's all into our wet mix. This just helps to eliminate all those lumps. And all we have to do now is just mix it through until it's completely combined. And lastly, I'm going to add some chocolate chips. Now this is like 99% chocolate or cocoa powder, so there's no actual sweetener or anything in it. So I'm just going to add in 1 cup or 175 grams worth. And just give it a quick mix until it's all well combined. And that's it. Literally took about 2 seconds to combine and the mix is done. Okay, so I've got a baking tray lined with some non-stick parchment paper and our mix. So we're just going to grab just little balls like so. Just make them into round little balls and just place them evenly spaced onto our baking tray. And just try and make them all about the same size, that way they cook evenly. If you make one too big, well, it's not going to cook as well as the other one before it. And they will spread, so give a bit of a distance between each one. Now, depending on the size of your pan, you probably have to do a couple of batches. Now for this size pan personally, I'll probably get about 2 to 3 batches worth. Okay, so we're going to place this into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to cook them for about 15 minutes. But honestly, I check them after 10 minutes just to be sure. If they start to go brown and hard on the outside, they're ready, because not all ovens are the same. Okay, and they're done, and look at those. They've come out looking fantastic. So you're going to want to take them off the tray straight away and put them on a wire rack to cool. Now I recommend that you don't do that. Take them out of the oven, but just let them sit in the tray for about 15 minutes. It'll give it a chance to firm up because they are somewhat crumbly at first. And after about 15 minutes, then you can transfer them to a wire rack to cool down completely. And there we have our delicious vegan chocolate chip cookies. And just look at how delicious they are. They are so incredibly simple to make, really doesn't take much time at all, and it's 100% vegan. But even if you're not vegan, honestly, they taste delicious. So regardless of whether you're vegan or not, but if you had vegan friends coming over, and you choose not to tell your non-vegan friends, I can guarantee that when they bite into one of these, they're going to say they taste simply delish. And don't forget to click on the link on the screen right now on how to make vegan butter, because it's so simple, so easy, and a lot cheaper than what you buy in the shops.